Hey, what's going on, guys? Dropship Tyler here, and just wanted to do a quick live before I went into the gym. And I wanted to talk about how I've doubled my profits on Amazon for dropshipping just in the past 2 weeks. As many of you guys know, I was suspended on eBay around 2 weeks ago, and last week on Wednesday I did a live explaining the whole situation and all that. But what I've been focusing on since that time, since that 2 week period, one, I have eBay accounts that I'm currently seasoning and people that I'm helping run their stores. And B, I've spent about 80% of my time probably on my Amazon business, making sure that I am optimizing every single thing possible. And when I say optimizing, what I mean is the software I'm using, the payment method I'm using for fulfilling my orders, and just the overall, I guess, pricing strategy for my items. One of the things that I did, I know a lot of you guys that have watched me in the past have asked what software I've been using for Amazon dropshipping. I was using SKUGrid, and now I have switched over to WebScraper app. I had a meeting when I went out to Vegas at the Affiliate Summit. I had a meeting. It was Matt, my buddy Don, who does eBay dropshipping as well. And so Matt, Don, me, and Ron Myers, who Ron is the owner of WebScraper app. And the things I was talking to him about with WebScraper app, I realized that, it's probably better to be switched over to there because they have the capability of being integrated with Informed, which Informed is a repricer for those of you guys that don't know what it is. And what a repricer actually does is it competes with other people on the listing. So you're not just doing a set margin, you're actually repricing based on competition and based on the formulas that you create within Informed. So before, I was just setting my margin and just forgetting about it. If somebody came in and undercut me, I would have never known about it. So like if I had my margin set for 5% and somebody came in and set it at 4.9%, if our metrics are the same, then they're going to win the buy box more than me, theoretically. So now I have that repricer where if somebody comes in and undercuts me, the repricer is just going to undercut them 15 minutes later, and so on and so forth. And it's actually helped a lot. I'm not going to lie. Like, I didn't realize how big of an impact it had, or like how much money I was probably missing out on by not having that strategic competition repricer going. And it's nice because I've been able to lower my margin overall. I'm not saying my margin's lower overall, but I'm saying I've been able to lower my minimum. So instead of going like on SKUGrid, sometimes I would go like a 2.5% minimum and then make a lot from cashback and credit card rebates and stuff like that. I can actually set my margin at 1% to 10%, and my margin's still higher overall because now some of my items are actually the ones that don't have much competition, for example, or very few people in there, and the people that are in there are all pricing higher than me. I can go the max of 10% on there. So that's been pretty huge, and I've noticed a big difference on there with those, especially the lower dollar items. It seems like the $20 and $30 items on Amazon. It seems like a lot of people don't want to list on those and compete with the lowest margin possible because it's almost a waste of their time to do like a 1% margin on those listings. I'm not saying I have like exact data or it's an exact science yet, but from what I've seen, my highest margin items, like percentage wise, are the lower priced items. And for me, I have my VA team fulfilling those orders, so I'm not worried about it. And then again, on those bigger priced items where there's lots of competition and they sell a lot, then yeah, I can compete and be one of the lowest. I'm using discount. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my throat. So anyway, I'm using discounted gift cards now, and I have not on all my orders. I'm using Card Bazaar, And I'm actually using the e-check option, so I'm only getting 6%. I don't mess with the Bitcoin yet, even though I should. I just, from an accounting standpoint, I need to speak with somebody about how the Bitcoin actually works, and if you were to ever get audited, how well can you like prove everything when you're using cryptocurrency? I don't know. It's just really weird to me right now, and I'm not sure if I want to actually go that route. But I'm happy with the 6% right now. I can only do $2,000 a day, so basically I'm making an extra $120 a day from the gift cards, and I actually am filling those orders myself right now. And what I do is I target the bigger orders, so like the $100 orders, for example, or things like that, the bigger dollar ones, and I fulfill those orders myself in the morning, just because I don't know how I feel yet about the virtual assistant team that I currently have having access to all of my gift cards. And then on top of that, I actually switched from Top Cashback to Mr. Rebates, and so there's an extra 6% on the gift cards, or actually really only 5%, because I still got 1% cash back on my credit card. And then so then I switched to Mr. Rebates, and my tracking is actually a lot better on there than on Top Cashback. Top Cashback is just, it's ridiculous. Like, I could have $10,000 in purchases in a single day and only see my Top Cashback for that day increase by like $60. And that's not okay. Where Mr. Rebates is pretty much, they track 100%, and if not, then you can easily submit it, because you get the emails for the actual order number that, you get an email, and it actually tells you in there what amount cashback you got, what the order was, whatever. And so you can easily go back and you can kind of reconcile every single order that you've done through Mr. Rebates and see which ones you're missing and which ones you're not. Or which ones are on there. So just a little recap so far. I got my sorry, I was reading some of the comments coming in. But so I got my software fixed, where I have Walmart on, and this is a problem I need to figure out. But I have Walmart on Web Scraper app, and I still have Overstock on SKU just because we price our items differently on Overstock because of all the different coupons and discounts and things like that they have over there. You can be really competitive with price on Overstock. You can like price negatively and still make a decent margin. But so I kept my Overstock items over on SKU, but my Walmart items are on Web Scraper app. That's been a huge positive thing for me so far. I literally saw my sales double by using that, and the margin going up a little bit. It's not like an insane boost to the margin, but it's the sales are great, and the margin's a little bit better, which is awesome. So then there's that, and then there's the gift cards, and then I also got the American Express Plum card. So for those of you guys that don't know what the Plum card is, it's the American Express business card. And instead of the Amex Gold that only pays 1% as like points, you actually get a 1.5% discount on your purchases if you pay the statement on time. So, for example, now I'm going to do $100,000 on that card or more. And I mean, that's going to be an extra $1,500 just straight discount. Whereas before I would have to take my Amex Gold points, and I would have to then get the Home Depot gift cards and then sell the Home Depot gift cards at a slight discount. So I wasn't actually getting a full 1% ever with the Amex Gold. It was more like 0.96%. But anyway, this is going to help with the 1.5% straight discount to the actual statement itself. So yeah, that's big. And that card I called in yesterday to activate the card, and they have someone come on the line and talk to you about using your card and all of that. And basically what ended up what he ended up sorry, I just saw a comment. So I'll just answer this real quick because I just saw this. Hey Tyler, what do you think about the Walmart Mastercard 3%? I used to use it. It doesn't have enough spending power, and it's sync bank. So, or when I used it, it was sync bank. I don't know if they changed. So the 3% Mastercard was no good because I would just use I would use it up, and then it took like 7 days once I made my payment on the card for it to actually reset the limit. And they never raised my limits. They never approved me of anything like that. But what I was going to say about the Plum card is I actually have, close to a $200,000 spending limit right now based on it says no preset spending limit, but you can use this tool and you can check to see how much you would be approved for if you wanted to swipe the card and spend something right now. And yeah, so I'm excited about that. That's going to be huge for my business. I talked about in the past how Amazon, you run into a lot of capital constraints because you're pumping out so much volume and you're putting all your cash into it and all your credit card lines, everything like that, to try to make sure you're maximizing your sales. And Amazon holds your money after the sale for 2 to 3 weeks based on whenever the item ships out. And then a few days after, you're able to get that money out. I have the daily transfer button, so I'm lucky. I can request a transfer every day rather than waiting for a set amount of time, for the 2-week period or whatever when Amazon actually has the scheduled payments. So I'm lucky in that regard that I can just cash out a partial amount of my overall balance on a daily basis. But still, at the same time, I never was able to maintain the volume that I wanted to do. If I did 15 to 20,000, a few days in a row, then with all my other transactions that happened that were piled up for the few days before that, I had like $150K on Amazon at one point that they were waiting to pay me. Now I don't really have to worry about the capital constraints of that because I just have my Plum card and I have my Amex card, and I'm also buying gift cards with my actual cash that I have on a daily basis, which I wish it was more than 2,000. If I was using Bitcoin, then I could do as much as I wanted to. Like I said though before in the live, I don't know how the whole thing works with the accounting aspect of cryptocurrency. So yeah, software, gift cards, Plum card, and my pricing strategy. Those are really the big things that have changed since 2 weeks ago. And literally yesterday, I made over $1,000 on Amazon on a random day in January. It's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I've been able to scale Amazon up very quickly just by optimizing a few things. So yeah, let's see what we got for questions real quick. I'm about to go to the gym, so I might not be answering any, but I'll see if there's any worth answering. Oh wait, so Riley Timpson says, "Hi Tyler, did you know if you have a business account for Bank of America?" I do have a business account for Bank of America and a credit card. I don't have a business credit card. That's the one thing I don't have. I have a personal credit card, but I don't have a business credit card. So he says once you put in 20,000 into your account, so I qualify there, you're automatically eligible for higher cashback rewards. All right, so I need to look into getting a business credit card from Bank of America. That's interesting. Only accounts open a while back have daily withdrawal. Yeah, I'm not sure when I opened my Amazon account, to be honest. But I'd only started using it 2 years ago. So I could have had my account open like a while ago, but literally I think January of 2017 was when I sold my first FBA item on Amazon. Where do you sell your gift cards? I sell them to friends who use Home Depot as suppliers. So I sell some to Paul J. Lipsky, and I sell some to Ecom J. So those were the two guys that do the most Home Depot that I would get my points from my credit card, and then it's like $2,000. Sell it to one of them for like $1,900 or maybe a little less. Tyler, sign up directly for your supplier affiliate program. You get paid faster and 100% tracking, no rip-offs. Giving Assistant has never had a problem. Nice. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with Mr. Rebates yet, so I'm just I'm very very loyal to them. This guy says, hey, you can have all the money, but you're still ugly AF. Wahahaha, just to let you know. Thanks, KJ. I'm working on it, man. I'm about to go to the gym, so hopefully that helps. So anyway, how is Bonanza going? So I got like 3 sales yesterday on Bonanza. That was my biggest day so far, but I have 15,000 items. So that's a lot of items, but I'm hopeful. I'm not, you know, I need to get more items up. I've been focusing on my Amazon and fulfilling orders with those gift cards like I talked about. And I also set up, I have is Bonanza difficult? No, Bonanza is not hard. It's just, you have to have lots and lots of items. Like, literally, like I said, my goal is 100,000 items. So, Christopher Thompson says, I use an accountant to set up my S-Corp, and it comes with a Bank of America account, and your social is not attached. Wait, are you tax? So yes, I am tax exempt in California and Florida. I'm not tax exempt in Virginia. I don't know why I didn't get that permit. I think it's because when I went to apply for my permits, I didn't have economic nexus in Virginia, but then Walmart started charging sales tax in Virginia. So now I have to get my permit for Virginia, but I am tax exempt in you know, Louisiana and Florida and California, all the big states that Walmart wants you to get tax exempt in, and you can't use your blanket certificate in. So I called eBay today and directly asked them, is dropshipping still allowed? They said yes. Gave the lingo that was posted by eBay. Very interesting. See, that's what's weird about my ban, is I don't understand why they said that. So Neola asked directly, is Sam's Club and Walmart allowed? They stated yes. See, that's the interesting thing. I don't think dropshipping is banned from eBay. I think that, you know, the wording they use and everything like that. And if you watch, Paul actually did a video about this. But if you look at the wording in the way they phrase everything of the terms of service, it says they may. So they're just giving the option to be able to suspend you for basically any reason they want to, and that way they have more control. It's not like they're actually going to suspend people. It's just, yeah, it's just they want to have the option to be able to do it. Yeah, Riley, I am tax exempt in Tennessee. A rep admitted yesterday that promoted listings are blocked from flagged dropshippers before they maintained it was a glitch. That's sketchy too. That is sketchy, because I remember when eBay reps were saying that it was a glitch in the system and all that. And even the higher ups on Sale Freaks were told from people they know at eBay, oh, it's a glitch. And so we all believed it was a glitch too. And really, now we know that they were just literally lying to everybody about it. And now that they have those terms of service where they say they may restrict your account, I mean, that's just a restriction. So they're using that wording as a way to be able to restrict you with no issues. Which site did you get your tax permits besides TaxJar? So it's a site called Cherry Beckert. And if you go to TaxJar and you actually run your economic nexus checker, and it tells you what states that you need to get the permits and pay in, then you're actually going to be able to click like some button that says like have it done for you through TaxJar, and they actually outsource everything to Cherry Beckert. So I used them. It was $100 a state. I paid $2,700 to get my permits. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If I can pay for a service like that, I would rather just pay for the service than do it myself, to be honest. For some people, obviously, $2,700 is going to be a lot of money. But for me, I was just more worried about having my everything, you know, in compliance. Riley Thompson says, dude, not worth it, Tyler. Why? Because I didn't want to spend my time talking to all the states and, you know, having to do all the paperwork myself. Instead, if you use Cherry Beckert, what I did was I filled out one form with all my information, and they used that one form to be able to submit everything to all the states. So for me, Riley, that's the reason I did it. But anyway, guys, 20-minute mark. I'm at the like I said, I'm outside the gym right now. So I'm gonna go into the gym, get a workout in, and I know, I mean, I have a live every Wednesday, so I might do a live tonight. So look out for that. I'm gonna schedule it when I get home if I decide I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I just had some stuff on my mind, and glad I was able to talk about it. Again, rewatch the beginning of this if you're just joining us. There's some good information in there about my software, the way I'm fulfilling orders, like my payment methods, cashback site, all that, and that's the way that I've doubled my Amazon profit in the last 2 weeks. So thanks, guys.